James Charles came back to YouTube like nothing ever happened. New makeup tutorials, dramatic titles. He expected silence to be enough, now realizing YouTube isn't what it used to be. And while the algorithm might forgive and forget, the internet doesn't. In May 2019, James Charles went from golden boy to internet mess almost overnight. It started with a 40-minute video titled "Bye Sister" by fellow beauty YouTuber Tati Westbrook, someone who had once considered James like family. Tati accused James of betrayal over a brand deal, but that wasn't the headline. The real damage came when she implied James had used his fame to manipulate the sexuality of straight men.
The last phone conversation that James Charles and I had, he said some things telling me about a situation that happened in Seattle at my birthday, and it literally made me want to vomit. You are using your fame, your power, your money to play with people's emotions. You're threatening to ruin them. You're threatening to embarrass them.
These were not small accusations. The video exploded, racking up millions of views in hours, and the backlash came swiftly. James lost over 3 million subscribers in a matter of days. His name was trending worldwide, but not in a good way. Twitter memes mocked him. YouTube drama channels went into overdrive. It wasn't just a cancellation, it was an internet execution. James posted an emotional apology video, which only made things worse.
In regards to my own mother, I know you want to defend me and fight for me and go off on comments, but I ask that you don't. This is my problem that I got myself into, and this is my job to deal with this.
It was shaky, tearful, and filled with ambiguity. Then he posted another, then Tati posted again. Jeffree Star got involved. Shane Dawson made things murkier. What started as a beauty feud turned into one of YouTube's most confusing, chaotic scandals ever. Even though Tati would later walk back some of her claims, the damage was permanent, the shine was gone, and James would spend the next few years trying to repair a reputation that had been scorched. So if you want deep dives into the internet's most bizarre comebacks, from influencer train wrecks to redemption arcs that almost work, make sure to check out our channel for all the drama you could get. Now back to James Charles. He didn't just build an audience, he built a fandom. His fans didn't just like him, they believed in him. But after the scandal, something changed. The same fans who once defended James started to question who he really was. And when he returned to YouTube with the same old content, makeup tutorials, brand reviews, collabs, the response was cold. Not because his makeup skills were gone, but because the trust was. James acted like nothing had happened. His videos returned with upbeat intros and dramatic thumbnails. But for viewers, the dissonance was too strong. The makeup was flawless, but the vibe was off. Just when it seemed like James Charles might be recovering from his initial cancellation, new allegations surfaced in 2021, and this time they were much more serious. Multiple underage boys came forward on TikTok and Twitter, accusing James of engaging in inappropriate conversations and requesting explicit photos. And James decided to post a statement concerning the allegations. I asked how old he was right away, and he told me he was 18, so I started flirting back. In the excitement of meeting someone I thought could be potentially great, I didn't ask for a copy of his ID or passport. It's now clear, based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device. I'd had an ulterior motive from the beginning. Later in the day, he said a few things that made me question the validity of his original age answer, and when I asked him to confirm his age once again, he admitted he was 16. I told him I was really uncomfortable and apologized for flirting, but he insisted on continuing talking, saying it could be our little secret. He's a fan of mine and would never tell anyone. I told him I wasn't okay with this. He started getting upset, and at this point, I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. The accusers, some as young as 16, posted screenshots of their alleged exchanges with James. These weren't vague rumors. They included receipts, timelines, and patterns. Eventually, James uploaded a video titled "Holding Myself Accountable," where he admitted to messaging underage boys.
Honestly, I think that I owe it to you guys to kind of walk you through the reflection that I've been doing, so you know that I'm taking this seriously, how I came to terms with my desperation.
YouTube demonetized his channel. Morph, the makeup brand that had built much of its recent empire on James' fame, dropped him. What little credibility James had left was gone. This chapter of his downfall wasn't just about internet drama. It crossed into something far more serious. Questions of legality, predatory behavior, and accountability. It permanently reshaped how James Charles was seen by the public. Coming back after a cancellation is already tough. Coming back after a scandal involving minors, nearly impossible. And yet, James Charles tried. After months of silence, James slowly returned to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. His strategy was clear: no more drama, just makeup.
As you know, over the past couple of months, I have been offline. After I posted my last video, which was holding myself accountable, I felt as though it was really important for me to actually hold myself accountable and take a major step away and do a lot of work behind the scenes until I was ready to come back. And the last 3.5 months now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, have been really weird.
He leaned into what made him famous in the first place: cut crease tutorials, product reviews, influencer collabs. But this time, everything felt quieter. James launched his own beauty line, Painted. It was a bold move. Launching a brand when you're still viewed as controversial could have backfired hard. But surprisingly, it got decent reviews. Not incredible sales, but not a total flop either. He was carving out a new lane, slowly and carefully. And in an internet cycle where attention spans are short, that strategy might be working better than expected. But even with the comeback effort, there's a shadow over everything James does. The allegations aren't forgotten. The comments still bring them up. Some people will never watch him again, and others, they're just watching to see if he messes up again. Before the scandal, James Charles was unstoppable. The first male ambassador for CoverGirl, millions of subscribers, brand deals, tours, merch. He redefined what beauty could look like online. Loud, unapologetic, creative. Teens idolized him, brands fought to work with him, and YouTube treated him like royalty. And when things started to unravel, it all came crashing down at once. No matter how many videos James Charles posts or how many rebrands he attempts, there's one thing he can't shake: his reputation for controversy. From making racially insensitive jokes in his early career to the multiple allegations of inappropriate DMs with minors, James' name has become almost synonymous with internet drama. These aren't isolated incidents, they form a pattern. When the first wave of allegations came, many fans gave him the benefit of the doubt, but as more screenshots and stories surfaced, the picture became harder to ignore. The public began seeing him not as a misunderstood star, but as someone who weaponized fame, and it reached a point where he even started begging to be uncancelled. So was this his attempt of showing that he had changed? But none of that matters if the audience doesn't trust you. This isn't a story about cancellation, it's a story about consequences. In a world where creators can stage comebacks with new thumbnails and TikTok dances, James Charles reminds us that some scandals stain too deep, that sometimes the internet doesn't forget, and maybe it shouldn't.